Thanks for the intro, Hatumex, although now the world has to face the horror of having 9 Griffs. I think 1 is too much as it is.
Don't you mean 2 is too much?
Good morning, all. It's January 11, the 11th day of 2011, which means, of course, that the date is 1/11/11.
I can't wait for November.
And then, on 11/11/11, I'm going to make a wish at 11/11, and then I'm going to win. 1 may be the loneliest number, but it's got a whole heck of a lot of company this year. There were so many awesome comments on my last video that I can't choose which one to read.
Just kidding.
Medieval Massacre writes, "Could you give us a Kicking Butt 101 with Griff? I'd love for you to share your knowledge with the rest of us." And I can tell from the 5 thumbs up that your comment received that a relatively good portion of the rest of us would like me to share my knowledge with you. So here we go, Butt Kicking 101 with Griff. Part 1, Literal Butt Kicking. Literal butt kicking, while self-explanatory, is a difficult art to master. The velocity and angle of trajectory of the kicker's foot are all important factors in the effectiveness of the butt kicking. These are relatively simple techniques to teach because generally whatever the kicker needs to do to make the kick as hard and as fast as possible is the best strategy. Although an understandable bit of decorum never hurt anybody, and decorum is the hardest aspect of literal butt kicking to teach. For example, if you're in a butt kicking competition, feel free to kick as hard as you want. But if you're in public and your friend says something really stupid, go ahead and kick his butt, but do so with tact, dignity, and care. Part 2, Figurative Butt Kicking. This is a much more subtle art to portray. For example, beating somebody at a game, beating the tar out of them at a game, is a great way to figuratively kick butt. Side note, winning an aforementioned butt kicking competition is an excellent way to do both figurative and literal butt kicking simultaneously. However, beating somebody at a game and then rubbing their face in it is not butt kicking. As a matter of fact, bad sportsmanship is one of the leading examples of the figurative form of the antithesis of butt kicking. The yin to our yang, the Sith to our Jedi, the Justin Bieber to our Billy Joel. The exact evil opposite to butt kicking. A vile art known as crotch punching. Figurative crotch punching comes in a variety of forms, including but not limited to cheating, taking candy from a baby, wearing I'm with stupid t-shirts, being a racist, listening to Nickelback, committing murder, and taking a dump in the middle of someone's room. For an example of literal crotch punching, I refer you to roughly 70% of the Jackass movies. Towing the line between kicking butts and punching crotches is a dangerous hobby. It's easy to cross the threshold into evil territory without even meaning to. And to help avoid figurative crotch punching, I refer you to Part 3, How to Avoid Figurative Crotch Punching, a 5-point list. Point 1, butt kicking is a venerable art, crotch punching is a reviled sin. If your enactment of superiority lacks honor, chances are you're doing the latter rather than the former. Point 2, the butt kicker does what he does for all of his fellow butt kickers. The crotch puncher does what he does for himself. Point 3, treat your enactment of superiority like your mother was watching. If you think that she'd disapprove, you're probably crotch punching. Point 4, butt kickers punish the deserving. Crotch punchers punish the innocent. And point 5, butt kickers never seek an inordinate amount of attention for their work. They are like samurais. They do their job quietly, honorably, and civilly. Remember all this now because there's going to be a quiz. Until tomorrow, I'm Griff. Class dismissed.